So to access the Power BI service, you use web browser, can be Chrome, Edge, Firefox. Go to app.powerbi.com webpage, and then you're going to be prompted to sign in as with your Office 365 credentials. So in my case, I'm just going to hit sign in here. I'm going to put in my password. In my case, I have two-factor authentication turned on, so I have to authenticate my password. And then I'm signed into Power BI service. So when you sign in, it's usually going to bring you to your either featured workspace or your home workspace. So as you can see, I have a bunch of different workspaces. I have some dashboards here. I have some apps, and I'm going to cover all these things. So Power BI service also comes in two flavors. There's the Power BI Pro version, and there's the free trial. 99% of you are probably going to want to use the Pro version, as the Pro version allows you to share content between users within your organization, where the free trial does not. So unless you're a one-person organization, you probably want to use the Pro version. There's also some other features with the Pro version that you don't get with the free version, such as workspaces and some other subscribing to dashboards, as an example. So I'm just going to continue on with the Power. I'm just going to switch to the Power BI desktop for a minute to show you how to publish a report up to the dashboard. So what you would want to do is go to your page that you've built, or your report itself in the Power BI desktop, and then in the ribbon at the top, you're going to see this Publish button. So when you click on that, if you potentially won't be signed in to the Power BI desktop. So the sign-in process is the same thing we just did to sign in, but you could sign in directly from the desktop. So I'm already signed in, as you can see here. I'm going to hit Publish. Once I do that, it's going to ask me which workspace I want to actually publish this particular report and data set up to. So I'm going to show you how to create a new workspace after this, but right now I'm just going to publish it up to this webinar workspace that I have. I'm just going to replace what I've already previously published, but if you hadn't published something, you wouldn't get that message. And it's now published the data plus all the visuals up to the service. So I'm just going to switch back to my browser for a minute. And we're going to go to the workspace. So this is the workspace I have. As you can see, I just published the report called Webinar, and I've also published a Power BI desktop file with a report called V2 up to here. And I have some, I'm going to show you how to create dashboards in a minute. But it's the reports that get published and the data set that gets published up, not the dashboards. Dashboards only exist in the Power BI service. To create a new workspace, if I wanted to have a new workspace, I go to Workspaces, hit Create App Workspace, and I'm going to get prompted to give it a name, description, and hit Save. I've already created one in this case, so I'm not going to do that. Once I have a workspace deployed, I can also set permissions to a workspace. So here's the workspace itself. I can go to workspace access, and I can actually grant specific users within my organization by putting in their email address here, and then I can make them admins, contributors, or members of this particular workspace. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the different building blocks that make up Power BI service. There's the visualizations, which are the actual visuals, be it charts or tree maps, or basically all the different visuals. Could be a matrix report, Those are the visualizations. There's dashboards. So I'm just going to switch. I'm on the main dashboard that I'm going to create in a minute here. But so dashboards are a single screen that are not part of the Power BI desktop service and are built in the service. Collection of different visual text and graphics can be objects from different reports. Reports are one or more pages of visuals, text, and graphics. So I'm just going to switch over to the reports that we would have built in the Power BI desktop service. As you can see, I have all these pages with different visuals on them. Could be one or multiple visuals on a page, but those are reports. Apps are a way for the designers to bundle, share related dashboards and reports together and share them within your organization. Data sets are containers of data that you connect to build reports and dashboards. Each data set represents a single source of data. So in my case, I have V2 and the webinar Power BI file that I deployed up here to the service with two different data sets. I'm just going to jump back to the home page for a minute. Just to show you. So the home page is made up of dashboards or stuff that I've favored or frequently gone to, my apps, recent files, workspaces, stuff that's been shared with me. There's also Power BI videos that are that Microsoft's published up to Power BI that is available here on the home page as well. So how do we go about building our first dashboard? Well, what you would do is you'd go to the report that you've published up to the site, and you would click on a particular visual that's on the report, and then you would just basically pin it. So if I was to click on this visual, I can click this pin visual button. Once I do that, it's going to ask me, do I want to create a new dashboard or pin it to an existing dashboard? And then I click this pin button here to pin it. As you can see, I've created two different dashboards with different visuals from different reports pinned up to it. So I can also click on one of these visuals on the dashboard and it'll bring me back to the visual on the report itself if I want to. Something else I can do is actually share a dashboard once I've created it. So by clicking this share this dashboard button, I can put in users within my organization's email addresses. They have to be Power BI Pro users to be able to consume this content, but I can put in different email addresses, allow them to send it, set a notification to those recipients as well. I can also see who has access to a dashboard if I'm the owner, so I can see who I would have shared this with or who this dashboard has been shared with within the organization. I can also do something called theming of my dashboard. So if I click on a dashboard and then was to click on these ellipses in the top right hand corner, I can go to dashboard theme, and there's some out of the box themes I can select, or I can create my own custom theme. So if I select dark theme, I can obviously apply that. I'm not going to do that just because I like the white theme for now. Another really powerful feature of Power BI service is the Q&A feature. So if I go to a dashboard and I was to click on ask a question of your data, I can start typing natural language type questions. So such as sales by item class code as, and then whatever type of visual I want to see. So let's say as a matrix, and do that, and it's going to show me, you've returned me the data. I can then click on this particular visual and say show data. I can copy, but In my case, I don't really want to do anything with this. I'm just going to click pin this visual. I can pin this exact visual to an existing dashboard if I want to, so I'm going to pin that to my main dashboard. I can also ask another question of my data, such as, let's say I want to see totals, sales by item number. Once again, I want to show this as a matrix, let's say. So as you see, I'm getting my total sales as a matrix broken down by item number. You can also do over a period of time if I wanted to, but you get the idea. I'm going to pin that. So now I'm going to jump back to my main dashboard. And as you can see, those visuals I just put on here are now added to the report as tiles. I can also do things like I can add a tile to a dashboard. I can insert an image with a logo or a text box. Another thing I can do is if I click on a particular dashboard, I can click on view related and actually see which reports and data sets make up a dashboard. I can also print a dashboard by going into top right here, go and print dashboard. And I'm going to get the option to print this to PDF as an example. So pretty powerful feature. The other thing I can do is if I have a dashboard with, let's go to our new dashboard. And let's say I'm just going to remove this for right now. Tile, I'm going to leave this one here. Something else, if using the card visual, I can actually create an alert. So when I click on the tile and then click in the top right hand corner of the tile and click on manage alerts, I can actually add an alert. So something I can do is say, if the certain parameter exceeds, as an example, if our extended price or our total sales in this case exceeds a certain threshold, I could have it notify me when that happens. So when the data refreshes, as when somebody either publishes a report or uses the gateway to publish data up to the service, and that data changes and my sales go over the whatever threshold I've set, I can have it send an email out to that particular user or a group of users indicating that that's happened. So I'm not going to save that change. In today's webinar, we reviewed how to publish to the Power BI service, how to build your first dashboard, and how to share data in the Power BI service to users that are consuming your content.